What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. And today, people, it is the day after. We absolutely cooked Sporting Lisbon like a lad's holiday on the Algarve, people. You know, it was light work. And I'll be honest, I thought we were going to win, but I never thought we were going to win like that, man. I can't lie, man. That was impressive. I feel like the last two games, we've got Arsenal back. I don't know who this team's been. We've been watching for the last 6 weeks. It's been like North London Red from Pro Evo back in the day with Castello and all them, man. If you played ISS Pro back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, for real, man. But it's about consistency. Doing it for a couple games ain't enough. Can they do it over and over and over again? And the crazy thing is, and a lot of people don't agree when I say this because it sounds crazy, we might have a better chance of winning the Champions League than the Premier League. Now, I know people will call me crazy. How can you win the Champions League? You've never won it. Eventually, you would like to think we're going to win it. And Real Madrid don't look great. And Man City don't look great. I mean, have you seen the state of Pep after last night? He looks like, you know, he's been in the boxing ring. But listen, we'll see. Long way to go. Bigger and badder test than Sporting Lisbon. But we'll see how it goes, people. The last two games have been very, very positive. And you know, well done to Mikel Arteta. People say that, you know, oh, you got... I always say in life, everything requires balance, people. I'm critical of him when he deserves it. I will praise him when he deserves it. And I'll be honest, I feel like Arteta in the last two games has gone back to... How am I forgetting what season? 22-23 season. Go and attack teams. We are built to attack. I'm telling you now. We're built to attack. Pep needs some red stripes, said Lay. Bro, I'm telling you. He looks stressed, man. He looks real stressed. There was a don called Miranda on Pro Evo. Yeah, I remember them, man. They're them old school players. Bangers. Man like Curtis with a fresh trim. I'm trying, people. I'm trying. You know what I mean? You have to clean up every now and then, you know. But yeah, man, it was proper. Let them know, Curtis. Miyagi settings, wax on, wax off. Everything requires balance, people. Balance. Balance it out. We were fantastic last night. Absolutely brilliant. Really happy with the performance. It's so good to see us scoring goals in Europe. Some people said I overreacted with Inter Milan. I was fuming because I felt like we could have beat them. We have got a team that is ready to score goals. Play on the front foot. The defence will look after you, and the goalkeeper will look after you, and the number 6 will look after you. At least 4 of them can go forward and attack, and we were brilliant last night, which will be reflected in the player ratings. Big up to everyone locked in. Hope you're well. We landed about 40 subs short of 84k. So community, 40 odd subs today to get to 84k. I mean, that is like a tap-in from 6 yards out under no pressure. We can't miss. C-Unit community, do me a solid and get me over the finish line. You know, let's get to 84k. Let's get to 84k today, people. That should be easy. So many good individual performances last night. It was actually very difficult to come up with man of the match in player ratings, but I've managed to get one. You guys let me know what you think. UEFA gave man of the match to Saka. I actually don't think it is Saka who was man of the match, but I will. He's going to get a high rating. JP said, love your content, Big C, the best Arsenal streamer on YouTube. Totally agree with that, my friend. James said, the man, the myth, the legend, Curtis Shaw TV. Big up, bro. Big up, Nico said, let's go, people. C-Unit Business said, me hi. George Guna said, stuck on the motorway with a flat tyre. Still tuning in, though. Big up the community. Stay safe, bro. And don't worry, you'll be, you know, we'll be here for the next hour. Hopefully the recovery turns up and all of that business. Curtis, you look like Big Meech. Okay, Big Meech. I think I'm Big Meech. Huh? Larry Hoover. I'm going to start with something serious. Big up Harvey Specter. We will make a fight of it. And you was very defensive of the boys and Arteta. Fair play. I was about to throw in the towel. Like when Apollo Creed gets the big right hand from Ivan Drago. You know, I was... But we've still got a mountain to climb. As I said, in the Premier League, there is a long, long way to go. But at least we're seeing signs of positivity, you know, and we've been brilliant the last 2 games. So big up Harvey. You kept the faith. The PTSD got the better of me. CT Gunner said, what's up, Curtis? Love all the way from Connecticut. What a beautiful performance from the boys yesterday. Brilliant performance. And big up God's Power, who said, big up, bro, from Nigeria. And LSU, who's always telling me, calm down. He said, you was in your feelings, get your chest out now. Chest out, bro. Honestly, Pamela Anderson settings, Baywatch. Anyway, let's move on. I want to talk about something serious. I shouldn't laugh about this. I really shouldn't because, oh, you've even got the quotes, by the way, of Rocky. You're right. Throw the damn towel! And Apollo. I was devastated when Apollo got killed in Rocky 4. Honestly, devastated. Apollo Creed, living in America. I said, Rocky, you better get to Russia and deal with him. You don't let him do that to Apollo. He went to Russia, Adrian, all of that. I loved it. That's my favourite Rocky film, by the way, Rocky 4. I was so happy when he beat Ivan Drago in Russia. Just beautiful scenes. Anyway, we're going to talk about something serious. We're going to talk about something very serious. I really shouldn't laugh about this because it's not funny. So I want you to get serious in the comments. Don't laugh. Don't hype me up and make me start, laughing. Because it's not that. It's a serious matter. Hashtag people, pray for Pep. Pray for Pep. I need to know what's going on. I mean, first of all, they've done him absolutely... Look, you're laughing already. So, you've got no chance, have you? Information and entertainment. How can I have a serious conversation with people? Look, you're laughing in the comments. I told you, let's get serious. These are some serious times. All I can see around us is just violence and crime. Bro! Has Win the Dog attacked him? What's happened to him? I need his full name. I need his full name. Inverted left backs. This guy's got inverted scratchers. He's had to apologise today, by the way. I don't know if you've seen. He got a real backlash for talking about he wanted to harm himself. You can't say things like that nowadays, mate. They'll come for you. But Pep. Pray for Pep. Josep Guardiola Salah. Mo Salah. 53 years of age. Look what they've done to Pep. He's scratched the living daylights out of him. He's been attacked by Win the Dog. He tried to stroke Win. Win was like, "Arr! Get away from me." 115. Started barking at him. Scratched all his face off. Look at the state of him. Look at the absolute state of him. I can't believe it. I thought he was the GOAT. I thought he was the GOAT, Pep. Look at the state of the man. I don't know, man. I told, hey, stay humble. I told people to be serious. You were all laughing in the comments. I was trying to have a serious discussion. Pray for Pep. Everyone's laughing. Now I'm all getting into the comedy zone. I should be serious about it, but I'm finding it difficult. Man said 115 scratches. Gary Nolan. Honestly, that's comment of the day for me. 115 scratches. I'm sorry. I need to zoom in. I need you to see the detail in this. I mean, what system is this? Tiki-taka? Scritchy scratcher. Look at the state of his nose. And look at his head looks like a light bulb. What is that? Look at the state of that. I mean, is this the formation they were playing? I don't know what's going on here, but boy, Pep is in a bad way. But I'm being serious for 1 second. Just for 1 second. Because they've inflicted 2 seasons of pain on us, so it won't last long. Why does it look like it says win? All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Bro, the man is literally getting so angry with what he's watching. He's grabbing his head like, what are you doing? Ah, Pep Scratchiola, I like that one. Nah, they've mashed him up. His forehead looks massive. His head looks like a light bulb. Look at the size of that bulb head, bro. Scratched up. Nah, man, I'm telling you, they lose at Anfield, he might punch himself in the face. He might just uppercut himself. Bang! Knock himself. Bro, this ain't good. Yeah, but Jason, at least I only ripped the shirt. I never actually harmed myself. His lip looks bust as well. Has he punched himself? I don't. No, look, it does. I don't know what's that. I don't know what that. Pep's a mess. I've never seen Pep like this. I feel bad. He's absolutely battered himself. I don't know what's going on here. Pep, I'm being, honestly, for a second, I'm being serious. That's not good. Like, that's wild. The man's literally scratching up his head for a Champions League game. 3-3. He can't believe what he's watching. I think he needs to take a break, man. Man just signed a new contract. He needs a week off. They need to send him back to Spain for a week. They're going to lose on Sunday, by the way. Real talk. They're getting beaten at Anfield on Sunday. Have you seen the way they're defending? Nah. They're losing at Anfield on Sunday. I'm telling you now. Diaz and them, man. Mo Salah. Ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. Honestly, can you imagine how he's going to look by Sunday afternoon when they lose that? Honestly, I reckon Win the Dog has finally done something for Arsenal and attacked Pep. He's been scratched. He's been absolutely scratched. He was scratching his balls against Spurs. And he always spits. You ever notice he's always spitting? Nah, he can't be the GOAT. He can't be the GOAT. But you know what it is? It shows, don't it, that frustration, when frustration mounts, people let it out in crazy ways. This guy's literally so angry, he's scratching his face and his head. That's not good, you know. He needs to get that looked at, but it's crazy. I think that's quite concerning. I'm not even joking. I think that's quite concerning what he's doing. But anyway, if we win the league, a few scratches won't bother me, to be fair, on Pep's bald head. He needs to come to Arsenal therapy. I can do Man City therapy Tuesday afternoons if you need, Pep. We can make it work. Information and entertainment will sort that out. Don't worry. But nah, man, pray for Pep. Pep's mash-up. I got 115 scratches and a win ain't won. Bro, hit me. Jay-Z business. If you're having girl problems, I come back for you, son. 115 scratches and a win ain't won. He's all over the place. But Pep, man, damn, I thought you was the GOAT, fam. I never seen Alex Ferguson doing that. I never seen Wenger doing that. It's crazy. But anyway, hashtag pray for Pep. Right, let's get down to business. One thing I've learned over the last 20 years, people, as Arsenal fans, is when we have a good day, make the most of it. As an Arsenal fan, by the way, not in life. Life in general is beautiful. But when Arsenal have a good day, enjoy it, make the most of it. And we're going to enjoy it today, people. We are going to enjoy it today. And we're going to start off. There's only one picture that people care about right now, people. It ain't Pep with scratches all over its face. It's Gabriel Magalhães doing the Gyokeres celebration. Can't see me face, what? Balaclava, what? Can't see me face, what? Balaclava, what? Can't see me face, what? Balaclava. I said you can't see me face, what? Balaclava. Yo! Gyokeres, you know what, Gabby? You probably just stopped Gyokeres from signing for Arsenal. You're gone too far this time, Biggs. You're gone too far. Not only did you pocket him, bully him, but you mocked him as well. You've gone too far this time, Gabby. But you know what? Even if we don't sign him, I don't care. I said it before, people. This centre-back partnership, enjoy it. Seriously enjoy it, people. Think about the centre-back partnerships you've watched and witnessed at Arsenal over the last 10, 15 years, people. Schillaci, Johan Joru, Socrates, Mustafi. Some of the stinkiest centre-backs you've ever seen in your life. Look at the two guys we've got playing centre-back right now. Best centre-back partnership since Toure and Campbell. Monsters. I love Gabriel's personality because I'm that kind of guy myself. Mock the opposition, aggression, all of that. I love the way this guy plays. I appreciate him. I say it a lot, you know, we get caught up in Saliba, I get it. Saliba's the modern day centre-back and he's amazing. This guy, for me, is absolutely outstanding. He's outstanding. And I watched a lot of that game back last night after the stream. And he was the one really that really dealt with Gyokeres. Saliba dealt with him at the end. I didn't even realise he got spun once as well, but we'll talk about that. This guy yesterday was absolutely outstanding. Bullied him. Scored the goal. Mocked him. Let him know all of that soft Arsenal that Evra used to mock. It ain't here no more, people. This guy is a beast. Left-footed centre-backs. You're talking one of the best in the world, people. And everyone's desperate for a left-footed centre-back right now. He's a monster. One of the best goal-scoring centre-backs, by the way. And just a great personality as well. I feel like he loves Arsenal so much. Absolutely brilliant. Loved his performance. And I'm putting it out there already, people. Man of the match for me. Along with probably Partey and Odegaard, but we might separate them. Maybe Saka, maybe Timber. In fact, there's a lot to talk about. We'll go into player ratings shortly. The guy's a beast. Absolutely love the way he bodied him. He did the celebration. I said, damn, Gyokeres ain't coming to Arsenal, bro. You've gone too far this time, but who cares? Who cares? No, I do still want him at Arsenal. I can't lie, but if we get Isak, I'll take it. Yeah, man, great performance from this beast. Let me go through these super chats, then we'll get into player ratings. George Gooner. Well, last 6 games, San Marino are in better form than City. No wonder the scratchers. San Marino, you know. Yeah, I think they drew, didn't they, with... Who did I see them playing? I can't remember, but yeah, San Marino in better form than City. So, yeah, it's probably justified. 231 Gunner. Madman Pep, stay on, Belay. Bro, let me tell you something. Haaland don't love Man City. First opportunity he gets, he's off to Real Madrid, mate. I'm telling you. Man City is not... We spoke about it last night, and I'm not taking anything away from their success. Man City have achieved greatness in the last 10 years, but they don't have those foundations to lean on, as we spoke about. They don't. When times get tough, we lean on the history, on the foundations, on Wenger, on George Graham, on Henry, on Burkhardt. All of that, it means something. Liverpool can do it with their history, their Champions Leagues. Man United can do it, biggest club in the country. Ferguson, Cantona, Ronaldo, Rooney, all of that. Chelsea actually created legends in the Premier League with Lampard and Terry and Drogba and all them. But City, I feel like when times get tough, they've got nothing to lean on, people. You can't lean on Richard Dunn. You can't lean on Stephen Ireland. You can't lean on Sean Goater. That ain't going to hold up, people. You're going to collapse trying to lean on them, man. The foundations aren't there, people. So, yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yo, Aki Bolton got bigger history than City. Genuinely growing up as a kid, I felt like Bolton were a bigger club than City. You knew what time it was when you were playing Bolton, man. Kevin Davis going to elbow you on the jaw. Anelka's probably there doing the bird celebration. JJ Cottrell flick it over your head. But you can't lean on Georgie King-Cladsey, mate. Do you know what I mean? You can't lean on them, man. There. Stuart Pearce. Ain't going to work. You're going to fall over. Benjani and them, man. Nah, ain't happening. I'm merely a therapy dog. This wasn't my work. Oh, there we go. It's been confirmed by Win that Win never scratched him. Ricardo Gardner, Bibby Gardner and them, man. Come on, man. Bolton was serious. The Reebok Stadium. It was a long day at the Reebok Stadium, man. That was our bogey team at one stage, you know, when Sam Allardyce was there. We used to get beat up by Bolton, but you go Man City, you'd say, yeah, 3-4-0 today, we'll batter them. Main Road. Main Road was like a day out. Day out in Manchester, you batter them. Was it Campos, the Spanish guy with the curly hair. Gyokeres. They had, Bolton's team was crazy back then. Gyokeres and all them man there. Akocha and them, man. Long day at the Reebok, let me tell you. Please, can you just call him a bold fraud? I mean, we know. Bold fraud. Bold fraud. It's right there. Guile also said, his head looks like my old PS2 discs. Bro, I don't know what happened. He looked a mess. My PS2, man, I used to love that. I had it chipped. I know you shouldn't. Probably illegal, but allegedly I had it chipped. And allegedly, I used to buy games for £2.50 every Friday after school. I had about 50 games. Amazing. Great times. Tomb Raider, Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo, Pro Evo. They don't do games like they used to, do they? But anyway, I'm sounding old again. Pep moving like the albino guy from the Da Vinci Code. Bro, his head's gone, bro. His head's gone. Harvey said, man's full on turned into one of them old scratched up Christmas baubles. You know the old ones you dig out your loft after 4 years, mashed up, but still hang it on the tree. Yeah, for real. There's a little chip in the side of it. The string's hanging off. You've had it for about 10 years, got dust all over it. That's how Pep's head's looking right now, man. And John Leott said apparently on, what does that say? He was doing the Batman. He said he'd done it because Batman defeated Bane, something like that. Oh, you're talking in terms of Gabriel's celebration. Do you know what it is? I just prefer to say he did it. I prefer to say he did it to mock Gyokeres. Just for the sake of the content. That works better for me. And if he said that in quotes, we'll just ignore it. Blood saying apparently about himself. Yeah. You know, just you never know who's watching, man. YouTube's a big platform. Someone from Sony say, what, this guy had a chip PS2? Nah, allegedly, man. I'm not sure if it actually ever happened, but it might have. Bulletproof, 50 Cent. What a game that was. Scarface as well. Do you guys remember that game? The Scarface game. Oh, my days. Crazy Taxi. Who remembers that game? Crazy Taxi. Yo, I had so many games. Crash Bandicoot. Oh, my days. I better stop, because if I get you all talking about old school games on PS2 and Nintendo 64... we'll be here all day. Diddy Kong Racing and GoldenEye. Oh, the gaming days, eh? The gaming days. Serious games. Metal Gear Solid. Oh, man. Max Payne, Rayman. All classics. Driver. I remember that as well. Them games were next level. No, I never had a Dreamcast, you know. I never had a Dreamcast. I don't know why I always avoided that. I never really rated it. And I never had a Sega Saturn either. I think I went pretty much Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Nintendo 64. I had a little spell on Xbox, but I didn't like the big joypad. And now it's just PS4, PS5. But yeah, we're showing our age here, people. We're showing our age. Ratchet and Clank. Oh, Mortal Kombat. Right, let me stop. San Andreas, still my favourite GTA ever. I genuinely thought I was in a gang. I thought I was Blood and Crip, even though it was green and purple. But I felt like I was gangbanging, you know, in GTA. I thought I was a real headband on and everything. But anyway, let's move on, people. Let's move on before we turn it into a PlayStation stream. Oh, NBA Street. I can't ignore that. Someone put it in the comments. Anyway, Sporting Lisbon 1, Arsenal 5. Cooked. Battered. I reckon Arteta went Dubai, man. International break. Oh, I'm in America having meetings. No, you was in Dubai having gold steak. We know where you was. Because these performances smell like gold steak to me, people. Sprinkled with some Salt Bay on it, bro. I'm telling you. This is mad. This is mad. Yeah, no Diddy on the gangbang. When I say gangbang, I'm talking about banging as in Bloods and Crips in America, you know. No Diddy, though. Pause. No baby oil. What a performance. 5 different goal scorers, people. Martinelli, Havertz, Gabriel Magalhães, Saka, and Leandro Trossard. 5-1. Conceded a bit of a soft goal. I might sound like a moany old man again here, people. I hate conceding soft goals, you know, that are unnecessary. This should have been a 5-0. But hey, here's what it is. You offered me 5-1 before the game, everyone would have took it happily. So no problem. We'll let that one go. Let it go. Let it go. Gonzalo Inacio. I tried. Remix. Forgive me. It's a dad joke. He scored, by the way. But look at the numbers, people. 9 shots on target, 5 goals, more than 50% conversion rate. They actually had 19 shots. 8 on target, 53% possession. Who cares? Win the game, score the most goals. That's all that matters. They got dealt with. I said before the game, I'm confident we'll win because of that formation. I do not think that formation with those players is going to handle our wingers. Because it enabled Saka to get 1v1 with Inacio. Araujo wasn't getting back. Quenda wasn't getting back. Martinelli was... And they're getting dragged out. This 3 got stretched and we got... Diamande looked fuming the whole game. We've been linked with him. He didn't play well yesterday and should have got sent off. I reckon this will be one of the highest player ratings we've done this season. To be honest, I think this will be one of the highest. I thought we were fantastic. I thought we were absolutely fantastic. Let's start with David Raya. Made 8 saves yesterday. Collected his crosses. The goal he couldn't do anything about. I'll give him 8 out of 10. I'll give him 8 out of 10. What do you guys think? He made 8 saves. I'll give him 8 out of 10. Would you guys go any higher than that? I'm not going higher than that because I think there's players that played even better than him. What do you guys think? 8, I think, is fair. 8.5. No, you're right. You know what, LSU? And I said this yesterday on the stream. I think goalkeepers, when they're playing well, we don't talk about them. It's the sad thing with keepers. If a striker's in great form, you never stop talking about them because they're scoring goals. You can't ignore goals. When goalkeepers keep clean sheets and don't do a lot, we actually don't talk about them. The biggest compliment we can pay to Raya is that we're not talking about him. As crazy as that sounds. But you're right, he needs his flowers. 8 out of 10, he's been fantastic this season. He did get booked for time wasting again. But if you want to go 8.5, I'm prepared to go 8.5. We can do it if we need to. I would have gone 8. But yeah, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. And if I said to you who's Aaron Ramsdale, you'd say, never heard of him, mate. Is he in Emmerdale, Coronation Street? He's like a figment of our imagination. He's at Southampton getting peppered. Nobody cares anymore. Harsh, but reality of football. The back four. I mean, where do I start? Left or right? Let's go Jurrien Timber. LSU said, we're so disrespectful. We all liked Aaron Ramsdale. When he left, we went, nah, fraud, mate. Never rated him. Didn't want no Sheffield United goalkeeper anyway. He's been relegated too many times. Football's horrible, innit? I'm sorry, but I don't want to get carried away. I'm going full screen. Do I say it? Do I say it? Do I say it? Cheers, everyone. Happy... What day is it? Wednesday. I think Timber is the best right back who's played for Arsenal since Lauren. I'm waiting for your responses. I think he is. I've said... There you go. I said it. Sorry, Ben White. I know it took you a long time. Sagnar, Aboué, good players. He's the best right back I've seen since Lauren. I said it. But I need to see your responses. Anyone agree? Anyone disagree? Too early? No, not for me. I've seen enough. Ammo, I've seen enough, mate. Best right back since Lauren. Ben White, thanks for your time. Get to Southampton, mate. No, we don't have to get rid of Ben White. I'm joking, by the way. You can be a squad player. But unfortunately, Benny Blanco, you're playing Carabao Cup when you get back. Reality of the situation. Look, man are going even further. Man said I'm taking him over, Lauren. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I ain't going that far. Tell me a better right back you've seen at Arsenal. Jurrien Timber. Better than Bakary Sagna on the ball. Better than Aboué. Best right back since Lauren. The guy is outstanding. I don't care what anyone says. This guy had done his ACL last season. He looks like nothing happened to him. The guy's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I might be going early on this one, people. He is outstanding. If you keep him fit, he's incredible. Now, Robbo, you're right, actually. Yeah, Lichtsteiner. Oh, how can I forget the man, the myth, the legend, Cole Jenkinson. Probably the worst right back I've ever seen in the Premier League, but, you know. Bellerin. Bellerin was good at planting trees. You know, he was very good at that. No, not too early for me, mate. The alarm's gone off. He's that good. As long as he doesn't get injured, unbelievable. 9 out of 10. He's incredible. He's incredible. He's an animal. I thought he was good at left back. At right back, forget about it. Him and Saka on the right. Oh, my God. No, no, no. Forget about it, people. I'm sorry. You know, I told you, when we're good up, no. The guy is outstanding. I think he's one of the best right backs in the Prem. Too early to call that? Not too early for me. 9 out of 10. Best right back since Lauren. Now let's move to the left-hand side. Ricardo Calafiori, let me calm down. To be fair, we haven't had many good left-backs. I mean, we've had a few steady ones. Clichy and Tierney was good for a year. We ain't had many great left-backs either. Calafiori, in the last 2 games, he's had his 2 best performances, in my opinion, for Arsenal. Actually looks a solid left-back. I've really enjoyed his performance in the last 2 games. Now, don't get me wrong. We're going to see tougher tests for him. You know, last night, Trincao didn't really do anything. Forrest had a langer on that side. Let's wait until we see him against Salah and against players like that, you know. He did get skinned once, if I remember. But put some respect on Nacho Monreal's name. Nacho was steady, man. He was a solid 6.5 every week. I think Calafiori was better. I'd give him 7. I was going to give him 7.5. Some of you saying still suspect. I thought yesterday was a good performance from him. I'd give him 7.5. I thought he was solid yesterday. He is settling in. I mean, he's dressing up like Central C. He said he listens to drill music. He's adapting to London, man. I think he's not there yet. What happened to him against Savinho at the beginning of the season? I do think it's hard playing left-back for Arsenal because you're being asked to invert and then you have to recover. That's not easy. Let's go to the 2 centre-backs. I'll start with Saliba because I want Gabriel to get the flowers. Saliba got spun once by Gyokeres. I actually never seen it during the watch-along. A lot of you guys, big up, you let me know in the comments afterwards, and I saw it back. We're going to talk about Gyokeres as well, because I actually think Gyokeres, even though a lot of people are clowning him for yesterday, I actually think he still showed things that would make me still want him at Arsenal if we could get him. I'm going to put Gabriel a little bit higher than Saliba, just for Saliba getting spun that once. Fine margins, and Gabriel scored as well. So I'm going to give Saliba a 9. He was outstanding. He actually put Gyokeres to the floor twice. So I'm still going to give him 9 out of 10 for William Saliba. It's just, he's that good, it don't even mean nothing. Giving Saliba a 9 is just like, yeah, whatever, mate. We expect it anyway. Gabriel Magalhães. I mean, the goal, the performance, the celebration, 10 out of 10. Cheers, Gabriel Magalhães. You've probably stopped us getting Gyokeres now, by the way. Because he probably thinks he's probably got a rivalry. In reality, though, you know, if he's a serious guy, Gyokeres, he should be walking away from that game saying, actually, I'd love to play for that team. To be honest. Not, oh, he's mocked me and I'm fuming. He should actually be saying, wow, they are some team. You just battered Man City 4-1. We've just rolled in your backyard and battered you 5-1 and done your celebration. He should actually be going, I want to play for them. My only question mark over him is, does he suit the system? There was positives and negatives about his game. We're going to talk about it after. I do want to talk about Gyokeres because it's a big topic of debate and, you know, and what we think of him. Gabriel gets a 10. And trust me, I don't give 10s out on this channel very often. He was outstanding yesterday. Absolutely outstanding. Let's go into the midfield. I genuinely think you've got to give Thomas Partey a new contract. I had my doubts, people. I said, boy, I don't know, you know. You're right, actually, H. It could be 9.5 for Gabriel. We conceded. Clean sheet would have been perfect 10. Thomas Partey has got to sign a new deal, I think. Yesterday, he was incredible. The general. He was the granddad 6 weeks ago. That is the general. It's the octopus, as they nicknamed him at Atletico Madrid. He is the best midfielder at Arsenal on the ball. Centre midfielder, I'm talking about. Not Odegaard attacking midfield. Centre mid. He was ridiculous yesterday. They couldn't get the ball off him. He's doing little flicks around the corner, taking both their midfielders out of the game. He's a joke. 1+1, Clement, totally agree. 1 year deal, 1 year option, keep it moving. The 3-year contract talk, I don't know about that. I don't know. That could be... But the 1 year with a 1 year, he was superb yesterday. I'll put him equal with Gabriel in terms of performance. I think he was absolutely brilliant yesterday. Honestly. And he's been brilliant for over the last probably 5 or 6 weeks, to be honest. But what he has to do is maintain the levels. Now, people saying wait till the end of the season, which I agree with, but do you know the problem? Do you know the problem, George? From January, teams outside of the Premier League can approach him and sign him on a free. You can't allow that to happen. We could be sitting there going, yeah, just wait. We'll give him a new deal in March, April. Barcelona go, we'll take you on a free and give you more wages, and he leaves. So they can't. They will have to give him the contract before January. You've got to look at Partey going as, you know, is it more expensive to replace him or just give him a new contract? I just wouldn't make the contract too long. And you know the clubs in Italy have been looking at him for a while. Juventus have wanted him. So I'd give him 1+1. Don's saying give him 2+1. That would be the very, very most. He was outstanding yesterday. 9.5 out of 10. Get Robbie dancing around the Emirates. Yep, get it happening. Let's talk about Martin Odegaard. Just give him the paintbrush and the canvas and let him paint pictures, people. Artist at work. Artist at work, people. Martin Odegaard. Let's get the full name. Them performances are serious for me. When things get serious, I need to know your full name. Is there a middle name? Is something going on? It's just Martin Odegaard. No middle name. Okay, simple. Nothing. Artist at work. Just give him the paintbrush and the canvas and let him paint pictures. The guy is he's class. He's just pure class. I'm sorry, if you're Gyokeres, you should be looking and going, bro, I need that guy creating chances for me. Odegaard's class. Class, 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 people. Pure class. I think he gets in a lot of teams in world football. A lot. In that role. A lot of teams. He would cook at Man City. Real talk. He's superb. I'm giving him 9.5. Same as Partey and Gabriel. I think he was equally as good as those. We're so much better with him in the team. So much better. Brilliant, brilliant player. 35 million. Listen, Edu, as I say, people, everything in life requires balance. Edu gets criticised a lot. You know, high-fiving Garlic when Aubameyang went for free will never be forgiven, in my opinion. But getting I'm calling him Mesut Ozil. Mesut Odegaard. Martin Odegaard for £35 million is daylight robbery. I know Madrid didn't want him at the time. But 35 million for Odegaard, 35 million for Gabriel Magalhães, Edu. Well done. Well done on them two. I called the man Mesut Odegaard. I don't know what's going on, but he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. Elliot said 2 words, world class. He's top draw. He really is. He's Ozil with high work rate. The thing that Ozil's still got over him, in my opinion, is the big game thing, which mainly comes from Real Madrid. He did it for Arsenal, but not... Listen, I think Ozil won 3 or 4 FA Cups at Arsenal. Odegaard, funnily enough, he hasn't won a trophy at Arsenal, unless you include the Community Shield. But Odegaard hasn't won a trophy yet. That's what he needs. We need Odegaard to get man of the match in the FA Cup final or a massive Champions League semi-final. That's what Ozil has got over him. He'll say, look, mate, I've played World Cup finals. I've played Champions League semi-finals. You know, the biggest of occasions Ozil has done it on. And I still think Ozil was the best creative number 10 in world football. You know, Ronaldo said it himself, and you could see it. But so Odegaard's got to keep going, but he's brilliant. Declan Rice, I don't want to pull this rating down too much. I thought it was an average performance. I'll give him a 6.5. We go up to 0.5 because he got the assist for Gabriel's goal. It's a set piece. It's a good cross. I didn't think Rice was great again. I'll give him the... I don't want to say excuse, but maybe the sympathy of the fact that he's just come back from a broken toe. It was more couscous than Rice. We've got a problem at the moment with Declan Rice. Partey's playing so good in the 6, Rice can't get in the 6 role. Do we end up in a situation where Rice gets dropped for Marino? I'm not saying whether I agree with that or not, because I've said I'm still not fully convinced by Marino. But Rice ain't at 8. I don't know how many times we need to repeat ourselves. He's not an 8. He might become an 8 in the future, but he's not an 8 right now. Get him fully fit. He's got West Ham at the weekend. He's going to be fired up for that. They booed him last time. People saying give him a 7. We'll give him a 7. Do you know what? When I watched the game back, he won the ball a lot. So I give him a 7. He wasn't bad. I think maybe 6.5 is harsh. I just felt on the ball he wasn't amazing. So it'll be interesting when Marino's fully fit what happens. Or when he's fully acclimatised to the league. Gabriel Martinelli. I think Martinelli played well yesterday. I'm going to give Martinelli an 8. Scored an important goal. Couple good runs past the defender, put some crosses in. Again, another building block performance from Martinelli. Let's not give up on him yet. Am I going too high with an 8? Do you know what? Maybe 7.5 actually. Maybe 7.5. Maybe 8's a bit high. I mean, getting caught up in the goal a little bit. I thought he played well. I thought he did pretty well. It suited him because he didn't get doubled up on. 7.5, I think. Robbie gave him a 9. No, I don't think he was a 9, Martinelli. Maybe 7.5. He's close to becoming Brazilian again. Yeah, we've grabbed him back from the rainforest. Brought him back. He's drenched. He's got a cold. But he's back. Building block. As I say, players being out of form, we can't always just say, get rid of them. Get him out. He's rubbish. Sometimes the manager's got to say, come here, I'm going to coach you and improve you. I thought he was okay, but I agree there's still more for him to go up in the ratings, in my opinion. Rice assisted Gabby's goal, you're right. Passport application has been made. Yeah, we're considering giving him the Brazilian passport back. Bukayo Saka running down the wing. Saka, while the Arsenal sing. Saka. Oh, listen, Saka the last 2 games. I've enjoyed watching him play, man. This is the Saka that we need to see. I've said it so many times. Play him right forward. Don't play him right midfield. Don't have him on the halfway line with his back to goal where he has to create miracles. Get him 5-10 yards outside of the opposition penalty area, running at fullbacks. Saka yesterday, when he dropped that left back to the floor, I said, blood, fire. 4-star skill moves on FIFA. He's climbing the ratings. 9.5 Bukayo Saka. You play like that, my friend. Oh, my God. Looking like a young Arjen Robben. Just dropping people to the floor. Saka's looking... Oh, he's on fire the last couple games. Just keep him high up the pitch, Mikel. We don't need him defending all game. Let him cook. Let him cook. 2 goals in 4 Champions League games. 4 goals, 8 assists in the Premier League. 12 goal contributions in 11 games. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 goal contributions in 4 Champions League games. He's cooking. Let the chef cook, people. Let the chef cook. Outstanding. 9.5. He's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Great penalty. I know people say it's a penalty you should score. It's a great penalty. Bottom corner, keeper goes the right way. Pure power. Brilliant. I'm going to finish off, actually, of the starting 11 by talking about Kai Havertz. I actually think Kai Havertz had a very good game yesterday. regardless of what I think of him overall and whether we should bring another striker in, that's all. We'll save that conversation till after. Havertz was excellent yesterday. Make no mistake about it. He held the ball up. He won his flick-ons. He got his goal. Yeah, it was a tap-in, but a goal's a goal. He played well. I thought he put in a good striker's performance. Wasn't amazing, but I thought he played well. He put himself about. He's 6'3". You should be a constant threat. He's not small, people. 6'3". He should be very difficult to play against. I mean, Prime Henry said he was bang average. I actually don't think he was. And you know me, it's very easy for me to be critical of Havertz. I thought he put in a good performance. He caused a lot of problems. He caused a lot of problems for Diamande. Yeah, he got dragged down when Martinelli scored, nearly scored that, and he got his goal. I thought Havertz was good. I give Havertz 8 out of 10. I'm tempted to give him 8.5. I'd probably give him... I'd give him an 8. I thought he played well. I thought he played well yesterday, Havertz. It's about consistency, though. That's the issue. He definitely rattled Diamande. Diamande had a poor game. Should have been sent off. Substitutes. Marino. Good to see him shoot from outside the box. And that led to Trossard's goal. Nwaneri looked lively when he came on. Zinni didn't really notice. Kivior got roasted for pace. Get him a flight booked to Italy, mate. Send him to Heathrow. Book him an EasyJet flight to Milan. Just leave him in Italy and see who picks him up. You know, like when someone leaves dodgy luggage in the airport and there's just a random bag in the middle of the airport and you start panicking, thinking, yo, what's going on here, man? Who's left that there? Just leave Kivior in a bag in the middle of the airport in Milan and just see who picks him up and walks out with him. Torino, Sampdoria, Fiorentina, someone will pick him up. Just leave him in a bag in Italy. Because that guy ain't the answer. That Kiwi, not only is it not ripe, it's rotten. I'm telling you. Is it? Nah, man. Sorry, Kivior. Like, respectfully, but go on. Go on about your business. 2 years, I'm still waiting for this guy to settle in at the club. Time to go, mate. Time to leave. Trossard, good goal. Nwaneri, man said, snitches get stitches. Zinchenko. Maybe he's blackmailing him. He said, listen, man, I told him about the injuries. I'll tell him the rest if you don't bring me on. Jesus didn't even make the pitch. Not a bad thing. Sorry, I can't help it. Why do I say these things? Raheem Sterling takes off the warm-up top, ready to come on. Gabriel gets a knock. Sit back down. Kivior comes on. Tough night, that, mate. Tough night. Mikel Arteta, I'll give 9 out of 10. One of his best performances in Europe. Pick the team that I think is the team that he wants to pick. I think that's Arteta's strongest team in his mind, which is harsh on Ben White, but it's the reality. I think that's the team that he wants to pick. So, great night for Arteta. And, let's give him 9.5. That's what we gave the man of the match. So, let's give him that 9.5 for Mikel Arteta. Brilliant, brilliant performance. And I think he's took the shackles off the team the last couple of games. They've definitely looked like they're playing with more freedom. They're attacking. We're creating chances. We're getting overlaps. I think Calafiori helps Martinelli on that side. I think Timber and Saka are building a partnership on the right-hand side. Partey's on form. Saka's on form. It just looks right at the moment. It looks right at the moment, people. And long may it continue. Obviously, we got West Ham this weekend, and we need another solid performance moving forward. West Ham have been in terrible form, but then all of a sudden they put in a really good performance against Newcastle. So it may be a slightly trickier game than it would have been after they got that win. Their confidence will be a little bit higher. Before we do move on from the Arsenal Sporting Lisbon victory of last night, I just want to quickly talk about that man Gyokeres, right? Because obviously there was a whole heap of conversation around him, around his performance and things like that. And I just want to give you my brief opinion on what we saw of him last night. It's very difficult to judge a player based on one performance. You know, I've seen Haaland do nothing against Arsenal and get wrapped up by them two centre-backs. It doesn't mean every Arsenal fan wouldn't take Haaland. We would. I think we have to understand how good Saliba and Gabriel are. I would say they are top 3 or 4 centre-back partnerships in world football. I think you're looking at Liverpool with Konate and Van Dijk. I think you're looking at City when Stones and Diaz are fit, particularly when Rodri's in front. You're probably looking at Real Madrid with Rudiger and probably Militao, and you're looking at Saliba and Gabriel. And listen, you could put them anywhere in that top 4 depending on what your opinion is. Some people would say number 1, some people would say 2, 3, 4, whatever. We've got an outstanding centre-back pairing. Despite the fact he didn't score, I was still impressed with parts of his game. That turn he did on Saliba that I didn't see during the watch-along. I only saw him running past Kivior because I was reading a comment. But I watched that back and I thought, do you know what? Sometimes you only need to see a moment in a game to go, oof, that's the quality. And what you got to understand, nearly every week in the Premier League, you are going to play against a centre-back pairing that's nowhere near as good as Gabriel and Saliba. So he's probably going to cook most of them defences, and with our creativity level as well. The only thing, there's 2 things I didn't like about his performance. Number 1, he doesn't move a lot. He doesn't move too much off the ball. It's like he's waiting for the creativity. Number 2, he looks like a transition striker, i.e. he's looking like he's waiting for them to break on the opposition to have that space to run into. Now, the big problem, and Gyokeres just said it there, the big problem you're going to have with Arsenal, we're now one of the dominant teams in the Premier League. Teams aren't going to give you that space, bro. 75% of the league will come to the Emirates and sit on the edge of the penalty area. It's only probably the top 6, 7, 8 teams that will actually try and have a go at us. His lack of movement and relying on space concerns me. I'm not sure how good he would be at Arsenal. But the one thing I did like about him, you can tell if he gets a chance, he's going to cause you a problem. I haven't seen many people turn Saliba like that. And don't get twisted, he got away from him as well. You know what I mean? He got away from him and then burnt Kivior for pace and hit the post. That was his moment of the game. How good would he be in a team that doesn't get a lot of space, where you haven't got that space to run into? So I'm not sure. The only thing I will say, somebody just said there with Aubameyang. I remember when Aubameyang came to Arsenal, I remember people saying, oh, he'll struggle because a lot of his goals for Dortmund are through balls. You know, Bundesliga, they all play a high line, and he came to Arsenal and thrived. So who knows? I'm just not sure that Arsenal want him, really. I don't know. So for me, even though he didn't score, and I know he did get pocketed, I did see moments that you could see there is a danger there. You know, there's a dangerous player there. Southern Guna said he'll cook at a team that transition quickly like Barca, and I think that's why Barca want him. Odegaard to Gyokeres would be a madness. Maybe. Listen, I'd still be happy if we took him. I'd still be happy. That man put a hattie on Manchiti. He's good. Put some respect on his name. Yeah, I hear you. Curtis rips his shirt. Pep rips his head, says Marty. Boy, rip your shirt, man. You know what I mean? At least you won't be in pain afterwards, unless it's an expensive shirt. He will get chances, maybe not to his strengths. I think if he came to the Premier League, it would take him time to adapt. Maybe Arsenal are scared of that adaptation period and they feel it's safer to go for Isak, who already knows the league. So, what do you guys make of Gyokeres? Would you still take him? Personally, I would still take him. Would I take him over Isak, Osimhen, somebody like that? I don't know, but I would still take him. I saw enough to still convince me there's a very dangerous footballer there if he gets chances. Go Steele, he's not happy. He said, what's the hype about Arsenal winning yesterday? Sporting ain't got no history in the Champions League. Chelsea won it twice. Wow, you've come in and kicked the door down there. They smashed Man City 4-1 and they were second in the group and they've got the most informed striker in Europe. How about that? And we just battered them 5-1. I'll wait for your next comment. Big up, Go Steele. It's Footy Not Soccer said, remember the start of the season when I told you Benny Blanco would get the Ramsdale treatment and struggle to get back in this team? Yeah, we've spoken about it. I said I could see it happening. I just felt, and you said it, I just felt, why would he spend £40 million on a left-back if he was going to play Timber at left-back? Clearly he wants Timber at right-back. And I think we're going to see that now. DeRocha said, Williams, 1 goal in 12 games. Best season, 6 goals in 36, 12 in 113 in 71 starts in La Liga. But you man wanted to sell Martinelli for him. First of all, I wanted Arsenal to sign Williams and keep Martinelli, right? I always said the 2 left wingers that I personally want are Kvara and Rafa Leao are the 2. Williams is an option that I would go for. And I also said on this channel about a week ago, sell Trossard to Saudi, make Martinelli the backup winger if you're going to bring in Nico Williams. So calm down. Well, thank you for the super chat. El said, I stopped watching Robbie's crazy ratings. I bet he was giving people 11 out of 10 money. He's probably on cloud 9. But listen, let him enjoy himself, man. We won convincingly. Gotenelli said, don't hype the donkey too much. We need a striker, 100%. I'm totally with you on that. Cole said, want to see a midfield combo of Nwaneri and Odegaard. I definitely think we can do that, especially at the Emirates. And Halcyon said, we did the same thing last season, started defensively. It's almost like we conserve energy in the first half of the season. I mean, you don't mind it, but you just don't want to fall too far behind. 9 points is a big ask on Liverpool, you know. If he was 2 points behind, I'd say, all right, cool, no problem. 9 points creates panic no matter where you are and what form you're in, you know. So, listen, Gyokeres for me still looks a player. He's still a player that I would be looking at if I was Arsenal. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, thank you for the super. I have to be polite. Don't agree with everything you say, people, but thank you for the super chat. Do we go through... What was the next thing I was going to do here? I've got 2 things left. I was tempted to skip the press conference, but you know what? Let's do it. Quick waffle. I was just looking there how long the press conference was. It's not too bad. Champions League games, I think, because the team fly back after the game, it's not very long. Every word from Arteta's post-sporting presser, and we'll skip it if he's waffling, people. The Cone Man is living the high life. In fact, maybe you're not the Cone Man. Maybe Pep was your Cone Man after all. He's scratching his face. He's cutting his nose. His head's got 115 scratches on it. You know what? Maybe I should have done Pep's press conference. How much he enjoyed the performance, he said, for sure, especially against the opponents we played in their home. I don't think they've lost a game in 18 months at home. They've been in top form. They did better than anyone they played here. So to play to that level with the determination and purpose and the fluidity that we've done today, very pleased. Yeah, I have a dream. Mikel Luther King. On comparing this result to Inter, said, true, it's a different result and performance and the intensity and the opponent we faced. I was pleased with what I saw. On Odegaard's display, he said, yeah, he was again, I think all the boys, if not, you don't have the dominant performance and the scoreline we have managed to get on the game today. They were all exceptional. On wanting to be more ruthless, he said, yes, you cannot speculate. We had a period after 39, 40 minutes that we started to do that and I had to stop it because that's the tendency the team wants to do, to control it. We are not good at doing that. Unfortunately, they scored. Hold on. What's he saying here? Is he saying we should have calmed down? Or he said, on wanting to be more ruthless. He said, yes, because you cannot speculate. We had a period after 39, 40 minutes that we started to do that. And I had to stop it because that's the tendency the team wants to do, to control it. We are not good at doing that. Unfortunately, they scored very early in the second half and that created some momentum, but we dealt with it really well. As I said, it was a big performance, a big win. So I think he means like, am I reading this right? Like, don't guess. Don't guess what's going to happen. Control what's going to happen. I think he's saying we lost control of the game. Am I reading that wrong? Guys, what do you think he's saying there? He says you cannot speculate. Speculate is guessing, really, right? So I think he's saying we have to control the game rather than, you know, guessing. I could be reading that totally wrong. He wanted to keep up the intensity, yeah, which is what I think. That was what I was thinking. He mean like, don't guess what's going to happen. Continue to keep control and finish the game off, which I think we all agree with. Big up penalty spot in the comments. He said, big up the C unit community as always. Have we at 84k, by the way? We only needed 40 subscribers. That should be absolute light work. Are we there? Oh, we're 17 away, people. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, get us over the finish line before the stream ends. We're ending in about 5-10 minutes. 17 subscribers away from 84k. Get it done, people. Get it done. On if this is a statement, Winnie said, for sure, the performance, there were a few times we played big teams. When we played PSG, we were exceptional. When we played Bayern, we were exceptional, and some mistakes cost us. Yeah, we should have beat them. Now it's Inter, now it's this level. The level we have to be able to cope. You have to make it happen. That creates belief. On what's changed since the international break, he's had stake in Dubai. A lot, because we were training with 11, 12 players for a long period. Yeah, a lot of players didn't go on international duty. And then suddenly everyone is fighting fit and available. Wiles Me said, unsubscribe. You're an absolute disgrace. You're a disgrace. Exceptional against Bayern. Yeah, 2-2. I wouldn't say exceptional, mate. We should have won that game. Big up. We got 2,400 people in the chat. We need 12 more. 12 more to get there, people. 84k. On Gabriel's fitness, we don't know, because he said he was feeling some discomfort. I was about to make the change of Raheem, but I couldn't make the sub, and we had to make other ones. I really hope that's nothing serious with Gabriel. He limped off at the end of the game, and we're going to need him for the weekend. West Ham, Mikel Antonio, Jared Bowen. You know what you're going to get. Elliot said, Nyamming waffles, sipping syrup. Spartans attack. Sporting can't be seen with all their Gyokeres green due to the coma music. We can't see you, bro. Gyokeres, where you at? I haven't seen you all day, bro. Are you going to turn up or what? What's going on? We ain't leaving here till you get 84k. We're not. We'll be here for 5 hours if necessary. On Thomas Partey's form this season, he said, I would agree with you. I think one of the best performances I've seen from him. New contract pending, especially the way he's dominated the game. That's the level he can play. He's progressing. This year he's been so consistent as well, because he always has a role. That's a big thing. He's a massive player for us. He's definitely getting a new deal. Oh, there we go. Last question. On the key to winning, we were so good. You have to be so good in every department. We suffered as well in many moments, but we were so effective and efficient when we start to attack the position, and today was a big difference. Brilliant performance. We do love that word, dominate. Yeah, I mean, Gyokeres, he got bullied. He got dealt with. It was a brilliant performance. Let's finish off with the last bit of transfer news before we round up, people. We are in the top 8 now, but obviously a lot can change because a lot of teams still have that game in hand tonight, people. Story coming out today. Pletty Goal says, and I've read this full article, by the way, but I'll just bring up the key bits. He said Arsenal are monitoring Alexander Isak's situation. He is on the list of the London club amongst other strikers. Now, the article focuses mainly on Isak and Sesko, and actually doesn't really mention Victor Gyokeres in the article. Now, again, could be speculation, so we don't know whether this is gospel or not, of course. But he says that Arsenal are set to make an offer of around 80 million for Isak in the summer. Which right now, I mean, it's freezing outside. I can't be thinking about summer, bro. We're in November. Again, it's frustrating that it looks like Arsenal are going to sit down and not buy a striker in January when we should be in a title race and a Champions League race and FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Surely, can we not fast track? The problem you've got, I suppose, is that if Arsenal think Isak is the one, Newcastle aren't going to sell him in January, so then you've got to wait until the summer to get him. But what does that do for the rest of this season? If Arsenal lose the league or the Champions League because of not having enough firepower, you're going to sit there and say, well, why didn't you do it this season? Why did you not do it? Why wait until next season? You know, it's frustrating. As an Arsenal fan, we hear next year, next season, next summer a lot of the time. I mean, Interguna said they're holding the 14 for him. Just give it him now. Like, what are we waiting for? Go and break the bank and get him now if he's the answer. Fast track the signing. We need him now. Halcyon, I read that one. I did read that one. Big up to you. Big up LSU. Gono's gifted 5 Curtis Shaw TV membership. Listen, we're now 6 away. I'll gift out 5 memberships to get us over the finish line. I'll give 5 as well. I'll match LSU. He's gifted 5 to the community. I'll give 5 to the community as well. Get the likes up to 1,000 likes as well, people. We'll gift out 5, and hopefully that encourages you over the finish line for today. And that'll be job done. Membership, gifting. There we go, 5. 5 to the community. We need 4 more, and we're there, people. 5 to the community, bang. Gyokeres or Isak, people. And do you know what, in fact? That's not actually the question, because we're not in for this guy, Gyokeres, by the look of it. It looks like it's Isak or Sesko. I think what Arsenal are going to do, they're going to go for Isak. If Newcastle stop us from getting him, they'll go back for Sesko, and we'll sign Sesko. And that would be very frustrating, because I just don't think Sesko is the answer. I don't think Sesko comes to Arsenal and all of a sudden, oh, we're going to win the league because we've signed Sesko. Nah, I don't think we are. I don't think we are. I mean, to be fair, he's got 3 goals in 5 Champions League games, which is good. He's got 3 goals in 11 league games. 14 last season in 31. Not for me, I'm afraid. Not for me. They're Havertz numbers. I think Havertz could score 13 goals. He scored 13 goals for Arsenal. So, nah, not for me. Not for me. It's got to be Isak or Gyokeres, or even go back for an Osimhen. I don't want Sesko. I do not want Sesko. He's not in form. He's not doing much. Big up S Runny on the memberships as well. He's gifted out 5 memberships to the community. Big up your damn self, bro. So yeah, for me, such a dead signing. If Arteta wants him, sack him. Oh, bro, Cover's not happy. Steve said we wasn't in for Havertz by the look of it either. Then out of the blue, we signed him. I think with Havertz, that's one of them where, like, the agent approaches you and says, look, don't know if you're interested in Havertz, but you can get him right now. And the club have just said, actually, we'll do it. Probably liked him from his Leverkusen days, and they've gone for him. So, yeah, not for me, Sesko. Isak, I would love to see Arsenal try and make that kind of move in January, but it just doesn't seem like we're going to do that. But they need to, if they want to win the league this year. I don't think we've got enough to win the league this year. With Havertz up top, but we'll see. We will see, people. Finally, the final story, which is another transfer story and another striker story, by the way, is Evan Ferguson. Now, we spoke about him a lot over the last couple of years. He's been highly rated. At one stage, I mean, they were saying Brighton are going to ask for like 80, 90 million for him. He was called the new Wayne Rooney. Well, Brighton are now saying they're willing to loan him out in January for him to get first-team football until the end of the season. I've never been as convinced about him as a lot of people have been. I can see the potential. He's a big guy. He's fairly quick. He looks like he's got an eye for goal. But if Brighton are loaning him out, I'm not sure he's the answer for Arsenal, but he is a different option. But what do you guys think? 6 goals last season in 26 games, 1 goal in 7 games. He can't get Danny Welbeck out of the team, and they've got João Pedro as well, so he's actually like their third choice striker. This is a guy that would have cost you 80, 90, maybe even 100 million, as BX Gunner said a year ago. Now you can get him on loan. Is it worth it? Not for me. Not for me. I don't see the point in it. I don't think he's good enough, to be honest. I'm looking for somebody that can go ahead of Havertz and be the number 1. Not a young player that comes in as a backup for 6 months, and then what do you do after the 6 months? I don't think they'll give you an option to buy him. So for me, nah, I wouldn't be signing him. But what do you guys think? Evan Ferguson. I think a year ago, people would have been happy with that. Brighton striker Evan Ferguson is available on loan this January, according to The Telegraph. The expectation is that he will join a lower team than Brighton in the Premier League. I think he's been linked with Nottingham Forest. And I think Bournemouth were being linked with him as well. So we'll have to see with that one. G-Star said, I'd rather get João Pedro. A lot of people like João Pedro. I'm just not sure if he's prolific enough. S-Run is gifted another 5. People, we're 4 away. We're 4 subscribers away from 84k. S-Run is gifted 10 memberships altogether. So big him up. Yeah, not for me with Evan Ferguson. Not convinced he's good enough to take us to the next level. But it is interesting, our player valued at nearly 100 million is now available on loan. Crazy. Similar to Osimhen, really. He was going to be 120 million. He ended up going on loan. And Rizzo85, thank you very much for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. And I think that's everything for today, people. I think we've covered everything there. Unfortunately, I'm not doing a watch-along for Liverpool-Real Madrid, which I'm actually not even watching the game as I'm out tonight. So unfortunately, I'm going to miss that. I am doing Liverpool-Man City on Sunday. So we'll definitely be doing that. And obviously, it will be Arsenal play West Ham 5:30. 5:30 on Saturday, people. 5:30 on Saturday will be Arsenal against West Ham. And that's going to be a tough game. Like, they've hit a little run of form now. Bowen and all them, man. So it'll be a tough game. What do you guys think? Red Eye said, Cunha is the guy, scores all types of goals, can link with the wings. If we had a top striker already, I would take Cunha. We need the number 1 striker. I like Cunha, but I'm just not sure whether he's the guy to win us the title. But I do like him. I am a fan of Cunha. I actually think he's a really, really good player, but I'm not sure he wins us the league. And I think he'd cost a lot of money as well. They paid 35 million for him, Wolves. I think he would cost 60, 70, probably 70 million. 60, 70 million. They sold Núñez for what, 60? I think Cunha's more important to them than Núñez, as he's leading the line for them. Clement says, bring me either Cunha or João Pedro. Yeah, with those two, I'm still not sure they take us to the next level. I think they're like better versions of Jesus. You know? Cunha is a complementary striker, said Darragh. I agree with that. I think if you've got a Gyokeres and you've got Cunha playing as the support striker, I think that works. Having him as the main striker at Arsenal, I'm not sure if he's that level yet, but maybe he is. We'll see. People, thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate your support. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Yeah, so enjoy the Liverpool game tonight. We'll be back on here tomorrow at 2 p.m. and we'll talk all things Arsenal again. And then we'll move forward to the weekend, people. So thank you very much for tuning in. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.